Happy morning, students. Welcome to Geography class. The topic for today is maps and diagrams. So let's start. There are various ways of representing the earth like maps, globes, sketches, plans, and diagrams. Each of these, along with the associated advantages and disadvantages, are discussed here. So our first topic is maps. The world map comes from the medieval Latin mappa mundi, wherein mappa means napkin or cloth and mundi the world. Thus, map became the shortened term referring to a two-dimensional representation of the surface of the world. One more fact for you. The earliest surviving maps of the world is one prepared by the Babylonians 600 years before the birth of Christ. So let's start. What is a map? People use or read maps for different reasons. For example, we often use them when we are traveling to villages, towns, or cities that we are not familiar with. News reporters use maps to tell us where things are happening in the world. Pilots use them to navigate the skies, and fishermen to navigate the seas. Maps are one of the oldest form of non-verbal communication. Every culture in every part of the world makes and uses maps. These are used as research tools and as source of information. So, what is a map? Let's define. A map is a visual representation of an entire area or a part of an area typically represented on a flat surface. In simple words, a map is a drawing that gives us information about a place at a particular time. These are representation of the real world drawn accurately on a flat surface. But how is it possible? Yes, cartography makes it possible. Cartography is the art, science, and technology of map making. Many decisions go into the design of an effective map. These include geographic features and thematic attributes. Map making involves the application of both scientific and artistic elements, combining graphic talents with special knowledge of compilation. A person who makes maps is called cartographer. The role of the cartographer is to understand the subject matter of maps and also how the map will be likely used. Now this is science and art of making map, which is cartography. Maps have existed since the time of the Egyptians, Mesopotamian, and Chinese civilizations, with the latter maps dating back to 6,000 years. A compilation of many maps is called an atlas. I hope you are aware of atlas. Okay, it is having a collection of all types of maps in it. It's just like a book. Maps are of different types. The first category is on the basis of details that need to be shown in a map. So, depending on the kind of details, maps can be divided into following categories. The first one is physical map. A physical map is one which shows the physical features of a place or country like rivers, mountains, forests, and lakes. Physical maps are designed to show the natural landscape features of Earth. Physical maps often have a green to brown to grey color scheme for showing the elevation of the land. Rivers, lakes, seas, and oceans are usually shown in blue, often with a light blue color for the most shallow seas and darkening in a gradient or by intervals for areas of deeper water. Glaciers and ice caps are shown in white color. Now let's have a look on the physical map of India. You can see rivers being shown with the blue color. Next is political map. A political map shows the state and national boundaries of a place. So this is a political map of India. Political map shows the boundaries of countries, states, etc. and also the location of capital cities and important towns. Next is thematic map. You understand the term thematic? Okay, that is related to theme. Okay, we always use theme for different purposes, right? So here, thematic maps show a particular theme such as temperature variation, rainfall distribution, or population. Now here, this is the theme major soil types of India. So you can see in the key different types of soils are shown with different colors: alluvial, black, red and yellow, laterite. Okay, and these are the areas which are arid, very extremely dry areas. And here forest and mountains. So how this all is distributed in whole of India, okay, different soils in different regions. So the theme of this map is major soil types of India. So it can also show features such as climate, agriculture, minerals, etc. Next is topographic maps. Now, what do you mean by topography? Topo means place, graphy means to describe. Now, these maps, which give detailed information about local landforms, streams, rivers, canals, roads, building structures, railway tracks, and other features of smaller areas. These maps are based on an accurate survey of land. These maps are useful to people such as surveyors and civil engineers engaged in the construction of buildings, roads, bridges, and other structures. They are also used for military purposes. So, topographic maps show the shape of the land, the mountains, valleys, and plains, and are detailed, accurate graphic representations of features that appear on the Earth's surface. Now, this is how a topography map looks. This is a part of that. They usually do with the lines of equal elevation known as contour lines. Topographic maps are reference maps that show the shape of Earth's surface. They usually do it with the lines of equal elevation known as contour lines. You can see brown color. These are contour lines. So yes, students, I hope I'm clear with different types of maps. So which types we have covered till now? First, physical maps, political maps, thematic maps, and topographic maps. Okay, now let's move to the next category, that is types of maps based on the scale. Let's start. Yes, maps can be divided into two categories based on the scale used to draw them. The first one is small scale maps. Small scale maps show a larger geographic area. In simple words, small scale maps refer to world maps or maps of large regions such as continents or large nations. In other words, they show large areas of land on a small space. For example, world map, map of country, map of state. Large-scale maps. Large-scale maps show a smaller geographic area with greater detail. Example, it can be a map of a city, map of a town, a map of a village. For example, map of a city, map of a town, or a map of village. Okay. Now let's try to differentiate between both. Small scale maps, these maps show a larger area in less detail. Obviously, if the area is large, You cannot go to each and every minute detail of it. Large scale maps, these maps show a small area in more detail. Suppose you are taking a map of a village. So you can show each and every thing over there, every feature you can discuss on. Then small scale maps, various relief features like seas, mountains, valleys, etc. are shown on these maps. In large scale maps, these maps show the details of cities, towns or villages as I just informed you. Small scale maps, the scale may be 1 centimeter is equal to half kilometer. Half kilometer of the ground can be scaled to 1 centimeter on a map. In large scale maps, the scale may be 1 centimeter is equal to 100 kilometers. 100 kilometers can be shown, that is 100 kilometers on the land area can be shown in the form of 1 centimeter. So scaling is that much. Okay, even 1 centimeter is equal to 500 kilometers. So 500 kilometers on the land is scaled down to 1 centimeter on the map. So these are the two categories, that is small scale maps and large scale maps. So yes, I hope I'm clear. Now let's move on to our next topic, that is, let us guess. Did you know that there is a way for you to see the entire world at a glance? Surprised? Yes, with the help of a globe. One can see the entire earth at a glance, not just the different continents and oceans. You can even see the different lines like latitudes and longitudes on the globe. But what is this globe? Let's find more about globes. Yes. A globe is a true model of the earth in a very compact form. In a globe, there is a needle called the axis that is fixed through the globe in the tilted manner from here to here. This axis of the globe passes through two extreme points known as poles, North Pole and South Pole. The axis is shown in the form of a needle on the globe. In reality, the earth has no axis. So, what is a globe? When we talk of maps, all maps are drawn on a flat surface, but they cannot show Earth's curved surface without significant distortions. Then what to do? Globes help to counter that problem. So a globe is a spherical representation of the Earth. It shows planet without distortion because of its rounded shape. The word globe comes from the Latin word globus, meaning sphere. A globe is a spherical model of Earth. Now, globes versus a map. A globe differs from a map in many aspects. Let's do one by one. Let us look at some key points of difference between a globe and a map. A globe can be used to get a broad level picture of the world, as I just told you, while maps provide more specific information about different places. A globe is a three-dimensional sphere, while a map is two-dimensional. Globes are made of hard materials and cannot be folded, making them difficult to be carried around. However, you can easily fold and carry maps all along with you. The globe represents the whole earth, whereas a map represents the whole earth or just a part of it, depending on different types of maps which we have already discussed. A globe being spherical in shape spins around an axis. However, maps are a representation on a piece of paper, so does not spin. So here we wind up the topic maps and globes. Let's move on to our next topic, that is sketch. Suppose you invite your friend on a party at your residence and he does not know your address. You may even explain him that how he will reach at your place by drawing a rough diagram of the locality and its roads. So this we call it as a sketch. A sketch is different from a map. It is a rough drawing of an area based on memory and spot observation and not to scale. It helps to locate or show places where we want to go. See this. This is one sketch, that is one rough drawing giving you an idea of some places over there. Directions and distances are shown in a sketch, but it does not use a scale because it is just a rough drawing, just giving you an idea of the route. Next is plans. What are plans? Plans are a set of two-dimensional diagrams or drawings used to describe a place or an object or to communicate building or fabrication instructions. Let me be more clear. Let's see here a school floor plan. Clear? Now here you can understand different areas, okay, which are located in this school. For example, these are classrooms, given all the numbers here. Then from the key we can make out where are the offices, given in pink color here, then storerooms and other things. Okay, so what plan is? Plan is a drawing that shows the horizontal section of a small area or building. It is drawn to scale. Yes, sketches are not drawn to scale, but plan is drawn to scale. It is useful because it tells us where exactly things are on the ground. So, a map and a plan are very similar. Both show an area just as it would look when seen from above. But while a map shows a large area, a plan is normally drawn for a small area. So you can see here, this is a plan for a school. So while a plan shows a school or part of neighborhood, a map shows a whole city, district or state. Clear? Even for our residence, for our homes, when we want to buy any 3-bedroom flat or 2-bedroom flat, we have the entire plan of that area. Okay, so we get a full view of the location of each and everything in that particular flat. So we have covered sketches and plans now. I hope I'm clear with everything. Yes, in addition to that, I have just added a small video, okay, which gives you a clear picture of what we have just covered, that is maps, globes, sketches and plans. So enjoy the video. I hope you will understand it better. Okay, so thank you everyone. Have a nice day. Good day.
Hello everyone, today we will understand types of maps and its components. A map is a representation or a drawing of the Earth's surface, or a part of it drawn on a flat surface according to a scale. Maps are useful to us for various purposes. One map shows a small area and a few facts. Another map may contain as many facts as a big book. When many maps are put together, we get an atlas. Atlases are of various sizes, measurements drawn on different scales. Maps provide more information than a globe. There are different types of maps. 1. Physical maps. Maps showing natural features of the Earth such as mountains, plateaus, plains, rivers, oceans, etc. are called physical or relief maps. 2. Political maps. Maps showing cities, towns and villages, and different countries and states of the world with their boundaries are called political maps. 3. Thematic maps. Some maps focus on specific information, such as road maps, rainfall maps, maps showing distribution of forests, industries, etc. are known as thematic maps. Components of maps. There are 3 components of maps: distance, direction and symbol. Distance. As we cannot show the actual distance on Earth between 2 places, we use a scale for this purpose. Scale is the ratio between the actual distance on the ground and the distance shown on the map. For example, the distance between place X and place Y is 10 kilometers. If you show this 10 kilometers distance by 2 centimeters on a map, it means 1 centimeter on the map will show 5 kilometers on the ground. The scale of your drawing will be 1 centimeter equals 5 kilometers. Thus, scale is very important in any map. If you know the scale, you will be able to calculate the distance between any two places on a map. There are two types of scale maps. When large areas like continents or countries are to be shown on a paper, then we use a small scale. For example, 5 centimeters on the map shows 500 kilometers of the ground. It is called a small scale map. When a small area like your village or town is to be shown on paper, then we use a large scale, that is 5 centimeters on the map shows 500 meters only on the ground. It is called a large scale map. Direction. There are 4 major directions: north, south, east, and west. They are called cardinal points. Other 4 intermediate directions are northeast, NE, southeast, SE, southwest, SW, and northwest, NW. We can locate any place more accurately with the help of these intermediate directions. Symbols. Different features such as buildings, roads, bridges, trees, railway lines, or a well are shown by different symbols. These symbols give a lot of information in a limited space. There is an international agreement regarding the use of these symbols. These are also called conventional symbols. Various colors are used for the same purpose. For example, generally blue is used for showing water bodies, brown for mountain, yellow for plateau, and green is used for plains. A sketch is a drawing mainly based on memory and spot observation. Such a rough drawing is drawn without scale and is called a sketch map. A plan, on the other hand, is a drawing of a small area on a large scale. For example, architectural plan of a building. Thank you so much for watching.